First, the parent chain is located, identified. Root chain is identified. Then we go to the prefix part and the suffix part. Suffix part is the front part, prefix part is the behind part. Okay, so with this we winded our previous discussion. Now with examples we will start. I told in my previous discussion. Now today, after understanding a few more points regarding the naming part of the organic compounds, regarding with respect to prefix, whether it is a suffix or parent chain, we will go to the exact examples. So my dear students, I welcome you all for the for today's session on naming organic compounds with a little bit theory part. Okay, right. These are called common names or trivial name. Before you go for the IUPAC name, for some compounds I told common name is very popular. Okay, so we understand first common names, trivial name, which are very popular till today. IUPAC has given permission to use in what, in textbook or in anywhere in chemistry, whenever you use the writing part of chemistry, right? First is methane, very popular, simplest organic compound. This is normal butane. Okay, this is isobutane, isomer of butane. Out of four, three in the chain, one is branched. Neopentane. This is N-propyl alcohol. Nowadays, it is finding very important application in the sanitizer because virus will not be active in the alcohol condition; it will die. So, ethyl alcohol or propyl alcohol. Okay, so sanitizers are made of what? Alcohol that to 40% depend upon the strength. Okay, so they will find very application in industry. This is called formaldehyde. Okay, formaldehyde, very popular name, but actually it is a methanol, but nobody uses methanol. We use formaldehyde only. So this is to store the water. Some species we use this formaldehyde. Acetone. This is what? Acetone. Very important ketone. Hmm? Then chloroform, anesthesia, acetic acid, very dilute form of acetic acid we use in our kitchen in the form of vinegar. Benzene, first member of aromatic hydrocarbon, and many benzene derivatives are nowadays in use in the chemical industry. This is anisole, okay, which comes under the alkoxy family, which we are going to learn afterwards. This is aniline, aromatic base. Acetophenone, like acetone. This is what acetophenone, which is aromatic in nature. We learn all this later. We are learning on what only common names which are popular. And this is ethyl, methyl, ether. Why it is called ether? When we discuss the functional group, we will come to know why it is called as ether, because one O between the two carbon is called as ether family. Okay. Please recall what is meant by functional group. Right. Now, this table will tell about what are alkyl groups. Alkyl groups means one hydrogen less from the alkanes. From the alkanes, if you remove one hydrogen, whatever unstable group is formed, that group is called as alkyl group. Okay, so one hydrogen less from the alkanes, they become alkyl. So alkane minus one H becomes the alkyl, because many alkyl we use in our naming organic compounds. So let us learn first what are meant. What do you mean by alkyl groups? Methane, one hydrogen less, CS3. Why dash here? One H is less here. So still one bonding has to form here. So this is stable. This is highly unstable because still one bond has to form. So alkyl groups are highly unstable. Okay, they are highly reactive. If H comes, again methane forms. If chlorine comes, methyl chloride. If OH comes, alcohol. So depending upon which group is coming to the methyl, variety of compounds are formed. That's why they are called highly reactive species, highly reactive groups. So methane to methyl, ethane to ethyl, propane to propyl, butane to butyl, pentane to pentyl, hexane to hexyl, heptane to heptyl, octane to octyl, nonane to nonyl, decane to decyl. All these are first 10 alkyl groups derived from the first 10 alkanes. Alkanes minus 1H equal to alkyl. Simple formula. And please practice. If you know the formula for the alkanes, automatically we will get the formula for the alkyls. Okay, right. These are some are repeated here in this table, but some are special alkyl groups. Okay, what are the special? This is normal methyl, one hydrogenous from the methane. This is one hydrogenous from the ethane. But this one you see, this is propane, CH3, CH2, CH3 was the propane. From the propane, one less is called propyl. It is normal, but this is special. Why? In this propane, H is removed from the end. At the end, it is removed, H. Okay. So this is called normal propyl group. Okay. Because if all the carbon chains are in a straight chain, if one H is removed from the end carbon, whether you remove uh, hydrogen from this end or this end, both means same, and that is called normal removal. So they are called as normal propyl groups. Whereas in this case, we have removed hydrogen not from the end, from the middle. See here, earlier here it was CH2. Now by removing the one hydrogen, it becomes CH. So this is called not normal propyl. This is called isopropyl. Okay. So there are two propyl. In the case of methyl, only one methyl is there. But in the case of propyl, there are two propyl. Depend upon the from which carbon you are removing the hydrogen. Okay. From the end carbon, normal propyl. From the middle carbon, it is isopropyl. Now see the butane, straight chain, end carbon, normal butyl. But here we are removed from the in between. Okay. It is called secondary butyl. Why it is called secondary butyl is the question. You see here, we have removed what? Hydrogen from where? Out of the four carbon, three in the chain. Okay, one is branched. It is called isobutane. From the isobutane, one H is removed from the end carbon, so it is called isobutyl. Okay, this is what isobutyl. It was isobutane. After the removal of the hydrogen from the end carbon, it became isobutyl. Then why it is called secondary butyl? In what way it is different from this butyl? Here all are in a straight chain, agreed. Here also all are in a straight chain, agreed. Okay, but here difference is when we remove hydrogen from this carbon. Now see, the carbon which has lost hydrogen, this carbon is surrounded by one carbon and second carbon. So if the carbon from where we have taken the hydrogen, if that is surrounded by two other carbon in a chain, it is called secondary carbon. So this is called secondary carbon. So from the secondary carbon, we have removed the hydrogen. So it is called as the secondary butyl. Depend upon the removal of hydrogen from which carbon we name the alkyl groups. So these are called special alkyl groups. Normal butyl or primary butyl, because this from this carbon you have taken the hydrogen and this carbon is surrounded by only one carbon, so primary. Two, secondary. If it is three, tertiary, like that. Okay, now you see here, this already explained, isobutane to isobutyl. This one you see, out of the four, three are in the chain, one is a branch. It is not, it is actually iso butane only. But the problem is from which carbon you have removed the hydrogen. From this carbon you have removed the hydrogen. So after the removal of the hydrogen from this carbon is surrounded by one, two, three other carbons. Okay. So if it is surrounded by only one, primary or normal. If it is surrounded by two, secondary. If it is surrounded by three other carbon from where you are removed, it is called tertiary. So because we have removed from the tertiary carbon atom, therefore this butyl group is called as what? Tertiary butyl group. Clear? So still you need a practice. So draw the structure in the rough, take out the hydrogen, then you name the alkyl groups. Okay. So please keep practicing. We go for some other examples. So till then, have a nice time and thank you for being with me for the today's session on the alkyl groups.